The technical team has really kept the whole show on the roads rather brilliantly and provided the tools with which the artists can produce great work. And there were so many complexities in setting up this technical pipeline, particularly to deliver all the visual effects, which are so rich in the film.
So water gets made in 3D. We throw millions and millions of particles through solvers. The one we use for Snail and the Whale is what's called a flip solver. It pretty much uses particles to
simulate what water does naturally. Yeah.
The basis behind water is that water has a whole bunch of different fluid algorithms that get used inside the software to create the water that we actually see. But an easy way of saying it is that if you imagined filling up a swimming pool with a whole bunch of polystyrene balls, and then you were to climb into that swimming pool and the polystyrene balls would move around you. Those polystyrene balls are what we call particles.
All that interaction with the water is one of the most difficult things that you'd have to deal with in 3D, and then on top of that having the characters so close. Yeah, those are, I would say, the biggest challenges we had.
From the beginning, we were really, really worried about the storm sequence because it's so ambitious to do a storm and these waves.
The stormy sequence was something, at one point it was like 10 hours a frame for the water to render. We ended up reducing it down to 3 hours for one frame. There are like 24 frames in a second, so yeah, still pretty intense. When we mean millions of particles, we're not exaggerating. Millions.
I think I'm pretty close to all the water sequences. I worked very hard with the VFX team, but I think that the hardest challenge was to get that initial sequence of Snail and the Whale when they're together on the open ocean for the first time. And there's one shot in particular that took, I think, from, I want to say the end of August 2018 until June or July 2019 to get creatively approved. It was the shot that we said initially, it's going to determine the look of the water in the film. And it's right in the middle of that sequence, and it's really simple. It's just whale breaching, and then spouting, and then going back underwater, and his tail comes up. And it was such a hard one shot that I'm so proud of how it came together. The team did such a good job on taking that look and then propagating it throughout the rest of the film. We're really, really pleased with what they did.
And far off lands.
With fiery mountains and golden sands.